Greetings and beyond the new. My name is Omni, and welcome to the next installment of What If Iruma Was a Saiyan Part 3. Now let's see. Okay, we start off with a flashback. The tall blonde guy and Irma, both riding the Guardian of the Cuthbert Valley along with the Guardian's child, get to set down and everything goes like in canon. But when Irma gets his gluttonous eater ring, that's when let's see, his familiar comes out of his school uniform front jacket pocket, and then goes to its full size, while being able to be ridden like a regular horse by any demon. And in another world, and bows to Irma and says, "I knew I sensed something in you. You truly can become the next ex-demon lord." Which makes everyone shocked and blah 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 blah. Saburo tells them about the whole legend, and this makes everyone very interested in Iruma, but they don't let, other than his classmates and Calico, know about this. Everyone else doesn't know about this, so because Iruma says, "I don't want to make too many waves." Okay, flashback ends. Now we go back to, after the training in how to dodge more and the basics of the demon world, of the netherworld's version of dodgeball, yada yada yada. He plays against the entire team, or whatever they call clubs in the netherworld. I forget what they call them. Anyway, which has about let's see, 100 freshmen, 200 second years, 200 third years, and 250 fourth years. Okay, so yeah. So all in all, they have 750 members, and he managed to auto dodge, and all the members have two balls, and they use magic to reclaim their balls, because Irma says he wants their full level of challenge, which they gasp but then accept this, seeing as he was chosen to be Sullivan's grandson by adoption. Okay, anywho, he manages to dodge them, and in 5 minutes he's able to not only dodge them gracefully, like he's air itself, but also be able to knock them all out using both of their balls at once that they use to try and knock him out, and bada bing bada boom. Then he's asked to join, then he declines, saying, "That was fun, but I'm not really into sports too much, unless it's like hand-to-hand fighting kind of sports. And I get that enough with having physical training with Opera and my grandpa. And everyone in the school knows who Opera is because he's a legend. And so yeah, seeing how he is if you haven't seen Opera's backstory, I won't spoil it for you. Let's just say he has an interesting backstory, blah 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 blah. And I will tell you that he and Calico both went to the same school Iruma is at. So yeah, they're alumni along with the third one, but I won't do any spoilers. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Anywho, then a bunch of other stuff happens. Then they uh, start talking about Netherworld version of Idols. Blah 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 blah. Everything goes like in canon. He gets a ticket. Blah 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 blah. Oh, and he also has created a technique with learned a technique that he's able to do what Yamato from Naruto Shippuden when he transformed in the sorcery and copied his voice to a T and his mannerisms as well. Anywho, basically using that voice technique, blah 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 blah. Then we cut right into the show. She had fainted and she had just woken up. Irma had dressed up as his female persona, which is Irumi, which she is also on. Irumi is on stage, blah 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 blah. Everything goes like in canon. But let's just say she was out cold for like let's see, an hour, and then the last 5 minute, no wait, no, 6 minutes. She Alice and Clarine sung two songs. The first song is I don't know the artist, but look up Circus for Psycho. And then if you've seen the first Daredevil movie, they also sing "Bring Me to Life," from that movie. Anywho, then there then the main attraction comes on. They sing what they sing in canon, blah 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 blah. Then we do a time skip to the next day. All the boys, even the Sabro, I think his name is, the tall blonde one, are infatuated with Irumi, which causes Iruma to faceplant. They ask why he faceplanted, and sorry, I was just shocked. Octon. The way how she looks like my mother. Maybe that means I have a distant relative here. And all the boys are a gap app. They're app, and which means their mouths are wide open and saying, "Dude, does that mean we can see what she'll look like when she's an adult? If you have pictures?" He shows a picture of him, Irma, of baby Irma, along with his older brother, which is Iriko. No, Izo, his mother Harumi, and his father Kenko. Oh, and they all are shocked to see how much of a bombshell Irumi will be when she's older. And that they must be cousins at the very least. And then Irma says, "No, both my birth mom and dad were only children." But they are still pretty sure that they have some distant ancestry, so yeah, blah 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 blah. Okay. Then Clarine tries out for her extracurricular being the succubus course. Alice sees this and she says, "Well, I will be making sure you don't get any, and I mean any closer to Master Irma." And then Clarine says, "Well, as, I guess that means you like Irmakins too, and you want to become his bride," which makes Alice go fluorescent red tomato mode, blah 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 blah. Then she fantasizes about dating, then being in a traditional netherworld wedding dress, and him being in a traditional netherworld groom suit. Then them having children with them with two children, both taking a lot from their father and a little bit from their mother, and that makes Alice have a little nosebleed and faints, but then she recomposes herself, wipes off the blood, blah 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 blah. Okay. I cannot deny or accept or say that's true, Alice says. Then Clarine gets a knowing grin. Then they both go into the succubus course, blah 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 blah. Everything goes like in canon. Everyone's sexiness levels are the same like in canon. However, let's see. For Alice's, it's a 100. She's 100% sexy. And then the teacher asks, she already knew that it could be that high, blah, 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 considering that, well, of who Alice's mother is, blah, 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 blah. Anywho, she asks Alice to be her special helper. She tries to climb, but then she ends up becoming the succubus teacher's special helper, and she's put in charge of Clarine's training, which she tries to refuse. Then Clarine says, "That's only because she doesn't want me to become Irmakin's girlfriend and bride and have his children because she wants that." Then Alice goes a gasp and blah 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 blah. Then then Alice, you don't have to if you don't want to. Which she lets out a breath she doesn't know she was holding. Alice says, "Thank you." And then the succubus teacher says, "But if you don't, then, I'll have to tell your mother you're in love." Then knowing her, she will definitely be quite happy, which causes Alice to give the Kage death glare onto. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I suggest you watch either What If What if Deku? Uh, Anyhow, I just have two other videos. One where Deku and four other of their classmates are all female-looking hermaphrodites. And then what if Deku was the reincarnation of Kim Possible? Anywho, let's get back into the video. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm going to do this now. Okay, so yeah. Then she relents, saying, "All right, I'll teach Clarine, but I'm not gonna be happy about it." Alice says. Then the teacher says, "That's all right. I And I won't be telling your mother, but I hope you'll at least tell her that you finally found your first love." "Miss, please don't. I don't want my mother knowing about this." "Hey, I'm just saying that you should be the one to tell her. Her. And you'll definitely should do that eventually. But you do it at your own pace." "No, I agree with Alice." As Clarine says, "Is you're definitely way better than her." "Well, thank you," the teacher says. But I don't have the patience because your sexiness level is only 2, which means you're even more pure and innocent than a baby. Ergo, you're a little bit more sexy than a newborn fresh from the womb. Really? Which makes everyone on laugh, fall to the ground and start rolling around like how a dog will roll around when you give the roll over command. And rolling around like a ball a ball of string being hit by two different nether demon cats. Anywho, blah 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 blah. Then we skip to the end of the day. Clarine says her speech about winning Iruma's heart, which makes Iruma heart go all badump-a-dump. Then it's revealed that Alice is hiding in the bushes. "No way, he's mine!" Which makes Iruma go into fluorescent red tomato mode. Blah 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 blah. Oh, then we skip to the next day. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. Okay. Now we skip over. Now, this is when Iruma and his classmates are all starting to train aim together to get stronger. Then Iruma reveals more about himself and about the 4 Super Saiyan and the mythical Super Saiyan God transformation, and he shows the Super Saiyan level 2. Then they all want to see if they can do their own super transformation. Then Iruma tells them the story of how the first Super Saiyan, how long it took them to perfect the transformation. This discourages them a little, but they still want to try and see if they can. So they start trying to use spells to infuse their magic with their life force, blah, 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 aka their ki. Hold on. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Anywho, they each have a power level. Each of his classmates have a power level of 500 to 520. Iruma's power level is 2000 in his base form. And I'm going to say the multiplier in his Super Saiyan 1 is a 3, so he's 6,000 in his Super Saiyan, and he's working on getting to Super Saiyan 2 with everyone sparring against him at once. Once he gets to Super Saiyan 2... Well, actually, no, not yet. He's just doing the training, but he's told them that once he does in his base form, seeing how it's 2,000 in his Super Saiyan 2, which will be a multiplier of 5, so yeah. His power level in his Super Saiyan 2 will be 10,000, blah, 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 blah. Now we cut to the... Oh yeah, I remember what their clubs are called. The Battlers. Everything goes like in canon. Iruma as Alice and Clarine are all eating. Everyone gets away. Then the three of them are dragged. Then Iruma's gluttonous feeder ring, aka the ring that the next King of the Netherworld wears, which only Iruma and his classmates and Calico, and after a while he tells Sullivan and Opera, which they will not blow the secret, because I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, the only reason Iruma's adopted grandpa doesn't want to become the new Demon Lord is because he knows just where the missing Demon Lord is, but he was sworn to secrecy. He blah 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 blah. Then the whole interaction, him being dragged by the Demon Lord's ring, shows him to in the curio. That whole interaction goes like in canon, blah 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 blah. Everything goes like in canon to where Iruma confronts him in his club room's hidden vantage point. Iruma tries to talk no jutsu him out of it, but then he starts fighting. They both lunge at each other. Iruma saying, "You can't do this, Miss Prez." "Why not?" Aunt Curio says, "I want to seem so much despair." Yeah. Okay. Anywho, they start fighting. Basically, the fight starts and ends like the fight between and your average stand fight in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures when stands were first introduced, blah 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 blah. And Curio gets knocked out by Iruma using a his left and right knees to knock him out, accidentally sending him flying, eyeing out the let's see out the window. His assistant catches him, projects a circular barrier, saving them from the fall. Then Iruma uses the ring to let out all the magic power, which is in the form of a Chinese dragon. Again, in the Chinese dragon's mouth, like in canon, the firework is grabbed by the Chinese magic dragon construct, explodes in the sky like in canon, and everyone is all. This pumps everyone up to from a 5 on the excitement level to a 20 on the excitement levels. And the excitement levels for demons start from absolute 0, to 1,000. So yeah, that's a pretty big leap for their scale, and from a 5 to a 20, yeah. Okay. So yeah, everything goes like in canon from there. He gets arrested. Their battler is almost shut down, but before that starts happening, Iruma then then he meets Amari, blah 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 blah. They start hanging out with Iruma, reading her manga, which she is told as forbidden knowledge by her father, blah 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 blah. Anywho, then he creates the cherry blossom tree, blah 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 blah. Everything goes like in canon, blah 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 blah. And all during this time, Clarine's sexiness has jumped from 2 to 10, and the sexiness in the netherworld max is 1,000, and that makes Alice from 100 to 120 in sexiness. Everyone else gets 20 more % of their increase in sexiness. Okay, let's see. Then the whole meeting between all the females of the classroom that Iruma is a part of and Amari, it goes like in canon, blah 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 blah. They all shout out because of the tea that they're drinking. And so yeah. Oh, and of course Alice is also there. Alice and Clarine both admit that they're in love and they want to become lovers and Iruma's brides in the future. And Alice also says that since I'm the one who met him first, I'm gonna be his first wife. Clarine glares at her at this, but then she says, "All right, I'll be the second." Then Amari says, "How lewd! Yeah, and besides, there's no way. Because Iruma's gonna become my lover and then husband. And I'm going to bear as many children as he wants, and he can do whatever he wants to my body," which makes everyone, and especially Amari, have a massive nosebleed, faints for a minute, and then that's when Iruma comes around and wakes them up, and then they all kick him out of their girly girl time, blah 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 blah. Anywho, that's where I'm going to be leaving you off. Please like, comment, and subscribe. But I'm not doing this for that. I'm just doing it for the entertainment value and because I want to put my own spin on things. Anywho, this has been What If Iruma was a Saiyan part 3 or 4. Anywho, bye.